We're quite a ways into Season 2 now in 2K23, and now that I've had an opportunity to check out a lot more badges than I did before, I believe it's time to start updating my best badges for Big Men build. Today I'll be updating the finishing badges video, and to my surprise when I was doing my notes, there were a lot of changes in my top 5 list. So compare it to the last one if you haven't seen it yet, and I'll keep updating these every single season. As always, this list is going from most important to least most important, and as always, you guys know we take into account how much the badge costs versus how effective and useful it is when we make this list. But be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, show some love, do something, and let's hop right into it. To no one's surprise, at least I hope not if you saw the first video, the top spot remains the same. The best finishing badge to put on your big is Fearless Finisher. Every time I make a new player now and I start updating my Fearless Finisher, upgrading my Fearless Finisher, it just shows through my finishing that you absolutely need this badge. You really struggle in the beginning when you don't have it, and the more you're allowed to put it up, the better your finishing goes over all types of builds, no matter how tall they are. Another reason why Fearless Finisher is always so high is because it's one of the easiest badges to get. It's usually a tier 1 and at most a tier 2 badge. I have not seen any build that has a tier 3 yet. However, it is one of the most useful badges, arguably the best overall, if not the second best. That's why the number 1 is and most likely will always be Fearless Finisher. In the number 2 spot this time around, I'm going to give you guys Slithery Finisher. Now, the reason for Slithery Finisher's upgrade is because it has become apparent that Slithery Finisher is what's essential for those animations where guys just cannot get in front of you. Slithery is responsible for all those times that a big man rotates a little bit late and gets dunked on or gets a crazy layup on him, because Slithery is allowing the offensive player to just go around him. Now, I know you're wondering, why does that matter to big men specifically? Well, for one, Slithery Finisher is an extremely useful badge, which again is always at a low cost. And with most playstyles, if you have like a spot up and guys overplay your 3 and you get to drive past them, as well as if you have a dribbling center and you just drive past guys anyway, Slithery helps you not get your shot blocked by those trailing bigs with a very high block. That's why Slithery gets a huge bump up on the list to number 2. Number 3 on the list is going to be Drop Stepper. Now, the reason why Drop Stepper has dropped on the list is because now that I've played extensively on a dribbling center for a while, I've realized that it is completely useless for them. However, if you are on a spot up, which I always say, put some posting up ability on him just so he can take advantage of certain matchups, then the badge is still great. And of course, if you're on the post scorer, the badge is amazing. Drop Stepper is still one of the most useful badges overall as a big man, exclusively for big men. And if you do want to be cheesy and use a 6'9" center at like your lock position and just take advantage of them putting the guard on you, or flat out force them to take the lock off of your point guard so your point guard can go crazy, using Drop Stepper is a great idea for a dribbling center. Most guys don't think out of the box like that. I know I think 2K a little bit differently than everyone. Add on the fact that Drop Stepper is almost exclusively a tier 2 badge and usually a tier 1 badge with dribbling centers, so it's not too expensive but is extremely useful. You see why Drop Stepper is number 3 on our list this time around. Jumping into the number 4 spot on this list is going to be Posterizer. Now, I know last time I had a very harsh opinion on Posterizer, but now that I've got the opportunity to use it more, I found that it is actually a pretty useful badge. And if you haven't seen my season 2 center video, I found a way to use this badge in tier 2. With a reduced cost, as well as having newfound usefulness in my opinion, I feel as though Posterizer is now an essential badge to put on, and I run it in my everyday badge lineup. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be Dreamshake. Now, I gave Dreamshake a lot of love in the very first list, However, Dreamshake since then has been the only badge in the game that 2K has admitted to updating, and it got a huge upgrade. Dreamshake is a badge that really allows you to stun defenders when you pump fake, and if you actually get your defender to jump, they're almost always out of position when you go up for your shot. Oddly enough, even though Dreamshake is a big man badge, it's usually tier 1. I haven't even seen it go tier 2. The low cost of this badge and its now even higher usefulness bumps it up into the top 5. I do want to talk about the badges that fell out of the top 5, and I'm going to start with the former number 3 Masher. There's no love lost for Masher. However, it's usually a tier 2 to 3 badge, primarily tier 3, and I'd say it's still the go-to tier 3 badge along with Rise Up, whichever one you want to put on. But the fact that it is a high cost badge, tier 3 most of the time, and its usefulness does not really exceed all of the other badges on the list, really bumps it down, with other badges having newfound usefulness and lower cost, as well as some badges just getting upgrades. Masher just missed the cut. The other badge that happened to miss the cut this time is the former number 5 badge, and that was Fast Twitch. In the original video, I said that Fast Twitch was a badge that worked very well when paired with something else. That is still very true. However, the fact that Fast Twitch is usually a tier 3 badge and its usefulness is dependent on other badges just bumped it down. I still think Fast Twitch is a really good badge, especially if you can find ways to have it tier 2. However, the fact that you have to couple it up with other badges, and other badges again getting newfound life in my eyes and getting buffs from 2K, have bumped it down off of the list. If there's a badge that you think should have made the list and you want me to review it for the season 3 version of this list, or you want me to make an individual video highlighting that badge, let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, show some love, do something, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.